Salute everybody. I want to welcome everybody to this demonstration. Shocking news. Rapper Remy Ma's son has been arrested for a homicide. Yes. Remy Ma's son has been arrested for a homicide. That's shocking news. She wants everyone to feel sorry for her. It's a GoFundMe account. Who will bless the GoFundMe? Salute Dollar Detroit. I see you down there. Salute Dollar Detroit. Salute Erica. Erica says so sad. Salute Positive Vibes. Salute Positive Vibes. We definitely is going to take this time to chop it up about it. It's so many angles. There's so many angles to look at this when it comes to Remy Ma's son. Should she be held responsible for his actions? I mean, I believe he's 23 years old. Salute Raw. Salute Raw. Appreciate you for pulling up, Raw. Should she be held accountable for his actions? I mean, he is an adult. You should see where it says subscribe, Erica. If you would like to subscribe to the channel, you should see where it says subscribe. But before we get into this demonstration, I have to let everybody know that this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything that you hear in this video that I call a demonstration is allegedly. It's all allegedly. Remy should have enough money to help her son. There shouldn't be no GoFundMe. We got to look at it like this, Positive Vibes. What if, salute Marie, what if Remy is not going to help him with any finances? You know, it could be a situation like that. That's why we're going to go deep into this, because is Remy Ma and Papoose, are they going to stick by their son? And if they're going to stick by their son, how much, what part will they play in it? Or will they just feed him to the sharks and let him defend for himself? We're going to find out all of that. You know, like I said, I can only go back to how my mom done me. My mom made me lay in my bed. My mom let me lay in my bed. Positive Vibe says true. That's why it's being put off on the people, right? You know, I mean, just because, and we seen that like with Dr. Dre. Remember, Dr. Dre's son came out and said that his father, Dr. Dre, he said, my father won't do nothing for me. My father won't do this. My father won't do that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it don't make a difference how much money your parents have. It don't make a difference their status. It doesn't make a difference. And this is what I tell everyone. You cannot depend on your parents to take care of you. The minute that you put on them big boy pants, the minute that you put on them grown women drawers, the minute you open up your legs and start letting any and every dude come into you, before you get out in these streets off the porch and start, you know, doing all these different things that's in the streets, you got to think about the repercussions. Because as I was taught, God gives us all. He gives us all as far as human beings. He gives us all a will. He gave me a will. He gave you a will. He gave him a will. He gave her a will. He gave us all human beings a will. And that means it's up to you to do what you want to do in this life. Salute, Yummy. Appreciate you for pulling up, Yummy. So, even if your parents are a celebrity, even if your parents do have money, if you go out here and you commit these crimes, you do things against what you supposed to be doing. Now, we don't know everything that happened. Now, allegedly, the individual's life that he took was a drug dealer, a kingpin. Now, we're going to get into this. Now, I say it all the time. Just because he's a drug dealer, just because this individual was a drug dealer, it doesn't mean that anyone has the right to take their life from them. And I know some of y'all might say, but Shank, he's selling drugs. He's destroying people's lives. And I understand that. But that's for his maker to judge him. That's for the court of law to judge him. I was taught this growing up. You can't take the law into your own hands. Erica says, a nighttime full of passion can cause you a lifetime full of pain. Yummy Yum says facts, and Marie says facts. Facts preach. We cannot take the law into our own hands. Now, if somebody tries to take your life, then it's self-defense. It's self-defense. Ross says it's not the parent's responsibility to take care of the adult children's mistake or decisions. And that could be the situation. If Remy and them doesn't step in and help out financially, it's not their responsibility, believe it or not. Believe it or not. Marie says, Shank, what is it was a self-defense? If it was self-defense, yeah. And we're going to get into it. We're going to chop it up. We're going to get into it. Now, if it's self-defense, yeah. You know, yeah. But like I tell my children, now I can honestly say I wasn't the best father. I'd be lying to y'all if I tell y'all that I was the best father in the world. My children might say that I was the best father in the world. I don't know how they feel. But I can't tell y'all that I was the best father in the world. But I could tell y'all that I was a father. I was a daddy. I was in my children's lives. And my children know better. They know right from wrong. They know better. So if they get out here and they get into some BS, look, ain't nothing I could do for you if you get out here and get into that BS. I tell my son, I tell my daughters, prison is not a place that you want to go. Being locked up is something that you don't want to endure. I tell my son, and I keep telling my son as well as my daughter, I tell my son, let them call you corny. Let them call you a lame. Let them call you a sucker. Stay in that lane. Let them call you whatever they want to call you. Stay in that lane. Because if you stay in that lane, that corny, that lame, that sucker, if you stay in that lane, you ain't going to have to worry about a lot of things. Trust me, y'all. I've been there. That's the key to overcoming peer pressure. We all went through peer pressure. I know I went through peer pressure. We all went through peer pressure. And we all did things that we really ain't want to do. We was just doing it to fit in. We was just doing it. So we all experienced peer pressure once upon a time in our life. For me, it was, I don't want my friends to look at me as me being weak. I don't want my friends to look at me as not being down. Even though some incidents I was scared. And now later on in life, talking to my friends, they telling me the same thing. They like, Shank, you wasn't alone. I was scared too. But we got caught up in that peer pressure. So that's why I tell my children, Do your best to not get caught up in peer pressure. Let them say what they want to say about you. Because at the end of the day, you and only you is going to have to live with the decision that you make. And I'm telling y'all, it's so easy to lose your freedom. It's so easy to lose your life. And once your freedom is taken from you, it's hard to get it back. Once your life gets taken from you, you don't get that back. You don't get that back. So as parents, as fathers, as mothers, as daddies, as mommies, all of the above, whatever it is you want to call it, we have to do a better job raising our children. We have to, because our children look up to us, and we are our children first teachers. So if we're not teaching them, then what you expect the next person to teach? And even though we teach them right and wrong, when they get away from us, they still gonna do what they do. But when they get away from us, and if they do what they do, that's on them. I go back to Mom Dukes. When I have a warrant out for me, and the police come knocking on that door looking for me, I could be upstairs sleep. And they come with that warrant, my mother let them police in, and my mother say, he right up them steps. And they come right up them steps, and they be standing right over top of me with the warrant. My mother, she didn't take up for me in that, you know what I mean? And then in my journey in life, I knew that now our people, you know, they parents would come get them. People would post bail to get them out and things like that. But for me, my mom Duke, she wasn't posting no bail. My mom Duke, she wasn't accepting no phone calls. My mom, she wasn't getting no lawyers for me. So for me, I seen early on that I got to get myself out of this situation on my own. And then I knew when I was out there breaking the law, I knew if it didn't look like I could get away, I knew to back up. Where some people, they knew, shit, if I get locked up, my father gonna get me out. If I get locked up, my mother gonna get me out, and all of the above. But when it came to me, I knew my mom ain't coming to get me out. So I got to be more careful. And plus, I belong home with my mother anyway. I belong home with my children anyway. So for me, I would always think, man, do I really want to get into this? Do I really want to get into that? And it had to be worth it for me to get into it. But enough about me. Salute, Tommy. I see you down there, Tommy. Enough about me. Positive says, Remy ain't too long got out of jail herself. Right. Erica says, mother and father cannot bail you out of every situation. You have to think about your actions. Erica says, must I continue to sin that grace may bound? Yummy says, facts. I see you down there, Tommy. Salute, salute. Tommy says, and he not telling nothing but the truth. So now with Remy, now, and this is another thing, as parents, for my generation and other generations, a lot of us, we glorified that lifestyle. Now, I'm not saying Remy and Pat Poose glorified that lifestyle to their son. I don't know. And I'm not going to pass judgment on them because I don't know how they raised their son. Salute, Miss James. I see you. Appreciate you for pulling up, Miss James. But a lot of us, we glorified that lifestyle to our children. Now, if we glorified that lifestyle to our children, and if our children seen it and they seen us glorifying it, then, you know, they're like sponges. They're going to gravitate, and whatever we put out there, they're going to absorb it in. So what was the situation? Was Remy, and it could not even been Remy. It could not even been Remy. It could have been Remy teaching her son. Salute Abdul. I see you down there. Salute Abdul. Abdul wouldn't be Abdul if he didn't roast me. Salute Abdul. But it could have been Remy teaching her son, as well as Papoose. They could have been teaching their son. Look, you seen what happened to your mom? Look, we ran them streets. We did this. It ain't no future in it. They could have been teaching their son right from wrong. They could have been stirring him on the right path, letting him know, look, Remy, I done 6 years behind that. You know, woo 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 woo. Salute Trina, salute Trina. But even though Remy and Papoose could have been teaching him that and stirring him in the right way, once again, peer pressure, y'all. And for him, I'm going to tell y'all, it's nothing like having a father or a mother that was about that life. Because if they was about that life, all you are going to hear, all they're going to hear growing up is from other people. And this way, peer pressure is a motherfucker. Because they gonna hear from other people. Boy, you know you can't go out like that. Am I lying, fellas? Ladies, am I lying? Tommy, Miss James, Abdul, Positive Vibes, Trina, am I lying? I see you, Ronnie. Appreciate you for pulling up, Ronnie. All that he was hearing, I can promise y'all, people around him, his friends, people in the neighborhood. Yo, you realize who your mother is? You realize who your father is? Yo, you can't go out like that. So now the sins of the fathers, the sins of the mothers is what? The sins of the fathers. Y'all gonna help me out with the word, because y'all know I'll mess up a word. Is it bestow? Salute, Joseph. Appreciate you for pulling up. So that image that's out there about his mother and his father, because Papoose wasn't no sucker. So now he's faced with peer pressure from his mom and dad. Not that his mom and dad is inflicting the peer pressure on him, but the people around him. Yo, you can't go out like that. You realize who your mother is? You realize who your father is? Off the rip, he gonna have to do what? He gonna have to live up by that Remy Ma name. He gonna have to live up by that Papoose name. So for all of y'all out there, please take heed to this. Please take heed to this. Watch what y'all do around y'all children. We all know we from that era when our parents, what was our parents? Our parents would send us out the room quick. And if we try to get in a grown folks conversation, grown folks will shut us up quick. What they say, next time grown folks talking, shut your mouth. They gonna send us out that room. And like with me, and I'm sure my generation, ask my kids, they'll tell you. It's so funny, my daughter, she didn't hear me cuss till she was 14 years old. And it slipped. Man, she roasted me so hard. She said, Daddy, you can't cuss. You don't need to be cussing. Because I was raised to keep that away from your children. But look, y'all, enough of me. Enough of me. Like I said, enough of me. We're going to get into exactly what's going on with Remy Ma and her son. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Still Swinging Podcast. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Still Swinging Podcast. That podcast is ran by me, Tommy, and Pee-wee. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Still Swinging Podcast. But let's get caught up on what's going on with Remy Ma's son. Remy Ma and Papoose son. Let's get caught up, y'all.
And I'm Natasha Verma. 23-year-old Jason Scott has been arrested in connection to a murder in Queens that dates back to 2021. Investigators are looking into the possibility that it was a murder for hire.
Fox 5's Teresa Perillo joins us live from a story where the victim lived. Teresa, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Steve and Natasha, residents I spoke to here, they didn't know the victim, but they do know who Remy Ma is, and they're telling us that they hope her celebrity doesn't play into this case. Tonight we are learning that that victim was allegedly killed by Remy Ma's son, Jace Scott. So here's what we know at this hour. 23-year-old Scott was arrested today on first-degree murder and weapons charges. It's unclear if he pulled the trigger or if he hired the hit that took the life of Darius Gilbo, who lived here at the Ravenswood houses in Astoria. The crime occurred nearby in broad daylight back in 2021. Gilbo took hits to the head and to the chest. Gilbo had an extensive criminal history. 8 months before he was killed, he was indicted in a massive drug trafficking operation. As for Jace Scott, he appeared alongside his mom, Remy Ma, in the hit show Love and Hip Hop. She's one of the biggest names in hip hop and has been since 2006. She also has something of a lengthy rap sheet and has done 6 years in prison on a gun crime. But none of that mattered to the folks that we talked to here in Astoria.
It doesn't matter if it's a celebrity or not. If you commit a crime, you're supposed to be paid for the crime you committed.
It could be anybody. It doesn't matter. You know, if their mother's famous or father's, it doesn't matter.
We got the police station on the corner, we got sanitation, so not too many things happening here. They happen around here, but not in here. It's really different.
We received a statement from Remy Ma's attorney about Jace Scott. That came in late this afternoon. They said that Remy Ma hoped to...
So this is the statement from her attorney. Nevertheless, Remy Ma is committed to proving Jason's innocence and supporting her child during this time. We stand by Jason's innocence and hope the NYPD will conduct a complete and thorough investigation to reveal the truth.
Publicly address this. She's been advised not to, so they told us, quote, nevertheless, Remy Ma is committed to proving Jason's innocence and supporting her child during this time. We stand by Jason's innocence and hope the NYPD will conduct a complete and thorough investigation to reveal the truth. Now, back out here live, we should also tell you that a second man, a man by the name of Richard Swigert, was also arrested and charged with murder and weapons charges. Steve and Natasha, it's unclear what led to this, if there was any relationship between these guys before this murder happened. We can tell you that we are expecting Scott to be arraigned early next week. That's the latest from Astoria tonight. Back.
So, right now, we don't know if when I say we don't know if Remy Ma's son is the one that actually pulled the trigger. We don't know. We know that there is another man, there's another individual that's involved in this as well. So we don't know. We don't know the involvement. But from Remy Ma's attorney, Remy Ma is going to stick by her son. She's into proving her son's innocence. Her son could be innocent, okay? Her son could be innocent. Let me drop down to the chat. Miss Jan says, Tommy says, what did you go to your children and say? Look, I messed up bad. I should have never done that. That was the worst decision I ever made. Miss Jan says, exactly. And we also got whoopings too. Miss Jan said, okay. Joseph says, when we were growing up, we could run the streets with no worries, but now I could never let my kids do that. Rod, salute Rod. Salute Yvette. I see you, Yvette. Appreciate you for pulling up, Yvette. What do y'all think? And like I was saying before, it's a double whammy when it comes to peer pressure, y'all. Because if your parents was about that life, if your parents was off the porch, if your parents was moving in them streets like that, you know, now some children, some people were able to distinguish that they parents, because a lot of people that was about their life, they children went on to become successful and make a major contribution to society. So just because your parents was about that life, that don't mean you have to be about that life. Look, I mean, I know y'all might get tired of me when I, get these positive, demonstrations. The real ones don't. The real ones love when I give the positive demonstrations. But for those that might think, man, why he always talking that positive stuff, man? Don't nobody want to hear that positive stuff. Look, each one teach one. I can only give to y'all what's on my heart. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. You got to move accordingly. Salute, Londa. Salute, Londa. You got to move accordingly. Even if you in these streets. Hey, if you chasing this money and you in these streets, you got to move accordingly. We don't know the situation with them. We don't know the situation with them. Just because the dude that they allegedly took life, he was caught in house raids and things of that nature. We don't know what this situation is, because I say it all the time. They're quick to label, especially with us, with men of color. And if we had a record, if we got a criminal record, they're quick to put, if we get unalive, they're quick to put our death on drugs, gang related, whatever it is, they quick to put on us. But even in the drug game, even in the lifestyle, a lot of people that lost their lives, it wasn't even drug related. Later on, you'll find out, dang, my man got killed over a girl. Dang, my man got killed over somebody thought he did this or he thought he did that. So just because he is a drug dealer, that don't necessarily mean he lost his life behind drugs. Now, my question is, and I'm going to try to find something, but my question is, when it comes to Remy Ma, how will this affect her? Positive Vibe says, smart move. Joseph says, them MF search my car every time I get pulled over for past charges 5 years ago. Exactly, Joseph. Exactly. Like people can be rehabilitated. I hope y'all know that. Like, just because a person was found guilty of something 6-7 years ago, that don't necessarily mean that that's still them to this day. Ronnie says, wow, I didn't know that. And I tell people all the time, especially, now I don't know about today, but I know for a fact, for all of us that was moving around in the streets in the 90s, the 80s and the 70s, in the early part of the 2000s, most of us got away with a lot of shit. I'll just keep it at 100 with you. So you might check somebody's record and you might not see certain things on their record, but that don't mean that they didn't do it. Because a lot of people, see, that's the difference from us and them today. The folks today, to them, if they don't get locked up and if they don't video record everything that they do and then get locked up, to them, they're not official. To them, in order for them to be official, they got to get locked up for it. In order for them to be official, they got to let everybody see it. They got to FaceTime it. They got to do it on Instagram. Am I lying? Am I lying? They got to show the world what they do. But with us back then, we was too smart. We knew off the rip. Look, I ain't trying to get caught. Even those that did get caught, salute Beautiful Nightmare, salute Beautiful Nightmare, even the ones that did get caught, it was in their intentions when they set out to do whatever it is that they done, when they set out to do it, it was in their intentions to get away. Now, for whatever reason, they just got jammed up. Joseph says, yes, smart people move quiet. I learned that from my OG. So that's the difference. Salute, Sean. I see you, Sean. Appreciate you for pulling up, Sean. Like I said, today, nah, I ain't gay. I ain't gay. But I don't got no problem with the LBGT community. But I'm not. But like I said, today, oh, if they don't FaceTime it, if they don't get locked up, then they not official. But with us, nah, I'm trying to get away. So it's a big difference today from yesterday. All right, let's see what we got, y'all. All right, let's see. I'm going to go to one more news clip. Then we're going to go to my man, Willie D. Shout out Willie D. Shout out to the Ghetto Boys. Because I like Willie D's commentary. I really like Willie D's commentary. So we're going to go to one more clip. One more news clip of Remy. And then we're going to go to Willie D, y'all. I think Willie D does excellent commentary. When y'all get an opportunity, if y'all haven't already subscribed to Willie D Live, subscribe to Willie D Live and check them out, y'all. And also, I'm gonna check out Hassan Campbell. A big shout out to Hassan Campbell. I ain't checked out Hassan Campbell in a while too. So we're gonna check out Willie D and Hassan Campbell and see what they got to say. All right, let's check out this short clip, y'all, from Fox News. And then we're going to come back, chop it up a little bit, and then we're going to go to Willie D and Hassan Campbell.
All right, now for this exclusive breaking news.
So they want to know, was it a hit for hire? Was it a hit for hire? Let me backtrack so y'all can check out. So they both been charged with first degree, the M-word. Appreciate that super chat, Joseph. Appreciate that super chat, Joseph. I love the energy you bringing. I appreciate that, Joseph. So they got first degree, the M-word. They got 2 counts of weapons possession.
And reckless endangerment.
And also reckless endangerment. Y'all. We're going to go to Hassan Campbell. We're going to go to Hassan's Campbell commentary, as well as Willie D. Both of them I checked out. They both give great commentary. I mean, at the end of the day, y'all, like I said, it's all boiling down to making the proper decisions. You know, I don't promote the street life. Y'all know I don't promote it. However, you can be in the streets. You can do your thing in the streets. Hey, just because I'm not doing my thing in the streets don't mean that you, him, or her shouldn't do their thing in the streets. Do your thing. Do your thing. But I just have to keep enforcing. Just move accordingly. Make sure if you in them streets, make sure you getting that bread. Make sure you getting that paper. Make sure you putting some bread up. Don't be out here buying expensive cars. Don't be out here buying name brand clothes. Don't be out here spending all this money on no jewelry. Don't be out here spending money on them hoes. Save your money. Invest your money. Put your money to good use. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Get the money. Get the money. But just make sure you putting the money to good use. All right, y'all, we're going to go to Willie D first. We're going to go to Willie D, then we're going to go to Hassan. What y'all saying in the chat? Appreciate that, Joes. And maybe that the ones that's in the streets, maybe they need a man. Maybe they need an OG. Maybe they need a father figure. Maybe they need a man to give them these lessons that I'm giving and other men giving. Because I'm not the only one. I'm not the only man that's dropping these jewels. There are plenty of men that's dropping these jewels. So maybe instead of all the other things that's put in front of them, maybe if y'all could put this demonstration, maybe if y'all could put these other men demonstrations in front of these kids, maybe some can absorb from it. Positive says Shank is going to buy his organic hair butter. Positive vibes won't be positive vibes. She Hardy says, didn't she do time? Then this the dude that held her down. Is this the result of a wild woman? Well, she did do 6 years. Remy did do 6 years. Now, the dude that held her down was Pat Poose, but it's her son. It's Remy's son that's arrested for an unalive of another man. Let me find Willie's clip. Like I said, I love Willie D's commentary. So make sure y'all subscribe to Willie D.
And when he was killed,
She Hardy says, I understand it, the son, but a man influences the whole household. That's true, She Hardy, that's true. But we don't know, we don't know the circumstances. Joseph says, my homeboy got robbed in his sleep and then they shot him in his sleep. Be careful how you move, people. Stay safe out here. That's true. My condolences, Joseph. Sorry about that happening to your homeboy. But She Hardy is saying, I understand the son, but a man influenced the whole household. Yeah, but the son is 23 years old. And the son is on his own as far as how he see things, Like I said, once a child get a certain age, once they get a certain age, they're still going to go on their understandings. We can do the best that we can do. But once they reach that certain age, you already know they're going to do what they do. All children. Some children stick to the script of mom and pops. Some. Other children, they venture off into their own understandings. They get curious. They think mom and dad don't know what they're talking about. So, regardless of what, until this thing plays out, let's focus in on the son. Let's focus in on the son. Let's go to Willie D's commentary, y'all. Shout out to Willie D. Let's see what Willie D got to say about this.
I see you. Sergeant Pepper, South Carolina. Petula Boyce, Alberta, Canada. What's up? Unicorn Rain. All of our republic. Brooklyn, New York City. Safi Ali. Remy. And her son. And this is the man that he allegedly murdered.
So this is a picture right here. That's Remy and Remy's son. And my man right here, that's the man that her son and another man is responsible for taking his life.
Jason Scott, Remy's 23-year-old son, and Richard Swiger, 22, were arrested today in Jamaica, Queens, New York. Police have confirmed. Jason, whose mother is Grammy-nominated rapper Remy Ma, and Swiger were arrested in connection with the June 2021 murder of 47-year-old Darius Gilbo. Gilbo's murder remained unsolved for 3 years after he was gunned down in Jamaica, Queens in broad daylight on June 7, 2021. The 47-year-old died from multiple gunshot wounds to the head and chest. Scott and Swiger were each charged with first-degree murder, criminal possession of a weapon, and reckless endangerment. Gilbo had previous run-ins with law enforcement officials, serving 3 separate jail sentences for drugs and robbery, the Queens Attorney General's office said at the time. In 2020, he was among 54 indicted in a sweeping investigation dubbed Operation Heatwave. Remy Ma has not yet commented on her son's arrest. There's a video circulating with this report and Remy dancing in the background. It's Remy dancing to her music video. And they're showing the report of her son being, the report of her son's arrest. The question is, why are they showing Remy Ma in the video dancing, almost as to glorify what her son did? This is
what I was saying. This is what I was saying as far as the parents. Now, for some parents, they want their children to be about that life. Some parents, they want their children to get down for the get down. But this is what I say to all parents that feel that way. You do have the right to feel that way because that's your child. So if you feel like you want your child to be about that life, you feel as though you want your child to get down for the get down, you got to prepare yourself for the repercussions. Now, when your child go to prison, we don't want to see no free my son shirts. We don't want to see no free my daughter. We don't want to see none of that. We don't want to see no shirts with your deceased child on. Because we all know when it comes to this lifestyle, this is the lifestyle that we chose. So just like y'all celebrate the victory, y'all celebrate when y'all child do what they do, y'all also got to celebrate when somebody comes along and do to your child what your child done to somebody else's child. I want y'all parents to remember that.
The kind of stuff that media does, fam, we got to pay attention to. This is not trying to give nobody a pass, but her video has absolutely zero to do with her son being accused and arrested for murder. Zero. This is why we have to keep this media outlet alive, to have these we don't have to spin the narrative, we just tell what it is, what's happened, what we know. What we know is Remy's son has been arrested for murder. We don't know for sure if he did the murder. We don't know if somebody is pointing the finger at him to get their own time knocked down or get some type of legal consideration. We don't know that. But what we do know is that he's been arrested for murder. I heard some people saying, well, the apple don't fall far from the tree, because Remy was arrested and sentenced and released after serving, I believe she did 6 years for shooting her boyfriend. And some people are saying the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Nah, Remy got that time because she stabbed a female. I think they was in the club. I'm not sure where they was at, but Remy caught that time because she stabbed a female. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Ross says, we all know that our children learn from what they see, not what they're told. Joseph says, all I know is if something happens to my kids, I'm getting busy. And that's facts, Joseph. Okay, Positive Vibe says she stabbed her friend.
Some people are also saying, hey, this guy was a bad guy. This Darius Gilbo guy was a bad guy.
But see, stop right there. Once again, y'all. Once again, you know, some people say that my man was a bad guy. I don't know. But even if my man was a bad guy, did he deserve to have his life taken from him? Now, if it was self-defense, sure. I also tell my kids, I tell my grandkids, you protect your life by any means necessary. If somebody come up against you to take your life, handle your business. Do what you got to do, you know? But if, regardless if a person is bad or not, who determines whether or not they should die if it's not self-defense? Now, could it have been that it was a hit for hire? Don't know.
And so, you know, he got what he deserved. While others are saying Darius Gilbo, otherwise known as D Block, was a good dude. And when he was killed, I remember a number of people making videos, posting videos, expressing their grief behind his murder. See, the thing is, family, no matter who it is, whether you're the shooter or the shootee. I just made that up, shootee. Never heard of that. Shootee. We can call it shootee. Whether you're the shooter or the shootee, you're somebody's baby. Somebody love you. Because we're all human beings, right? Granted, there are some uncivilized nuts out there that need to be brought to heel. I don't know enough about Darius Gilbo to say that he deserved that fate. I don't know.
Let's stop right there for a minute. I want to chop it up with y'all. How are y'all feeling about this? Marie says for the self-defense, he may or may not have did. Yvette says, yes, brother Shank, I am strapped every day I go out. Marie says, Shank, do they have the hand your ground in that state? I'm not sure. It happened in New York. It happened in Queens, New York, Marie. Positive Vibe says, beautiful if it was her best friend and she accused her of stealing from her and shot her. So, what do y'all think? I mean, what do y'all think? Now, allegedly, from some folks, my man that lost his life, Mr. Darius, my man was a good dude. Then, from others, they're saying, my man, you know, was a bad dude. How do y'all feel? Let me come to the chat. And everybody on the replay, let me know. How do y'all feel? I already voiced how I felt. And I still feel like, regardless of what, unless my man tried to harm them. Now, if he tried to harm them, then gloves are off. Handle your business. If he tried to harm them. But I don't believe in taking the law into your own hands if it wasn't that situation. Now, if it was that situation, handle your business. How do y'all feel? Do y'all feel if my man, if it's true what they're saying, that, you know, he was a bad dude, you know, allegedly he sold drugs, you know, does that give someone the right to take his life? Or do y'all feel like it's his karma? Shank, it could have been his karma because he did allegedly sell drugs and the many lives that he destroyed. So could it have been his karma? You know, how are y'all feeling? Beautiful says, I thought so, positive. Yvette says, I heard he was a kingpin. I don't know how true it was. I am hearing different stories. So, you know what I mean? It's like Marie says, I have meant to say stand your ground, but you answered the question. It was here in New York. Yeah, it happened in Queens. So this incident happened in Queens, New York. So I'm proud of Beautiful Nightmare and Positive Vibes. I got to say, I'm proud. I'm about to mess it up. Should I be quiet, Beautiful and Positive Vibes? No, I'm gonna give them their flowers anyway. I'm gonna give Beautiful flowers and Positive Vibes they flowers anyway. I know it's gonna bite me in the end. I'm proud of y'all for not roasting me. Positive Vibes started out roasting me, her and that damn Abdul. But I'm proud of it. There you go. There you go. I knew it was coming. Baldy, I'm at work. That's the only reason I'm letting you live today. I knew it. I knew it. But let me see. Do I want to? I'm gonna go to Hassan. I'm gonna backtrack Willie, because I love Willie D's commentary. Willie D, one thing about Willie D, even when he was a part of the Ghetto Boys and in his raps, Willie D always kept it real. So I wanted to give a big shout out to Willie D because I've never build off of none of Willie D's commentary. So I definitely wanted to give y'all an opportunity. Many of y'all don't even know Willie D. And some of y'all that know Willie D, some of y'all don't even know that Willie D was a rapper. In fact, the group that Willie D belonged to, how many of y'all remember the Ghetto Boys? How many of y'all remember the Ghetto Boys? Willie D, Bushwick Bill, and Scarface. Yvette says, the question is, why would they shoot an innocent person for no reason? Yvette says, was robbery involved? Not sure, Yvette. But how many of y'all remember the Ghetto Boys? You had Willie D, Scarface, and Bushwick Bill. Well, let me make sure, because there were other groups from the South. She Hardy says, I agree with you unless it's self-defense. Character is irrelevant, but if you have the ability to take your kids out of the hood, why are you even in Queens? I feel like this is more Remy's karma. Yvette says, I know Willie D, he has a big channel. Yeah, She Hardy, but see, here's the thing, She Hardy. Here's the thing. Remy Ma's son is 23 years old. Like my son. I got a son. My son, 29. My son get ready to turn 29. Now, I moved my son out of Baltimore, right? For that particular reason. So I moved my son down south with me. Well, when my son got up in age, he went back to Baltimore. So it's like at that age, at 23, but I get where you coming from, She. I definitely get where you coming from. But back to Willie D and the Ghetto Boys, they were the first down south rap group to blow up. Most of y'all favorite rapper, his favorite rapper is Scarface from that legendary group that Willie D is a part of, Ghetto Boys. Brother Shank, was he with Scarface and wasn't he signed? Yes, that's Willie D. Matter of fact, let me finish off Willie D. I ain't gonna go to Hassan yet. Let me come back to Willie D, y'all. Yeah, that's Willie D. That's Willie D. Willie D and the Ghetto Boys, they put in that work on the hip hop scene. And that's why you have the down south rap groups, because remember, wasn't no rappers coming out of the South. And Jay Prince, we all know who Jay Prince is, most of us. But many don't know that. Many think that Jay Prince just got his start with like the Migos, Drake, and other artists. Nah, Jay Prince goes way back to the 80s with the legendary group Mind Playing Tricks on Me, the Ghetto Boys. Yes, Yvette. Barry says, BWI trash. Did we even know she had a son? Thought she had a daughter. All right, let's go back to some more commentary of Willie D from Willie D. Then we're going to go to Hassan Campbell, another YouTuber that I fucks with real heavy. I fucks with Hassan Campbell. Big shout out to Hassan Campbell. But let's go back to more commentary from Willie D, and we're going to jump back into it, all right?
I don't know enough about Remy's son to say that he deserved to be locked up. I don't know. What I do know is the state got 2 for 1 once again. In fact, they got 3 for 1. They got a dead black man and 2 black men accused of killing him. They get to take all 3 of them down. All 3 of them removed off the streets. All three of them removed from their families. All three of them locked away in a cage. Well, two of them will probably be locked away in a cage. That's probably a possibility that would happen. And one of them to walk the grounds no more. So, Remy's son and the other guy has been charged with first-degree murder. They also have allegedly been charged with 2 counts of weapons possessions and reckless endangerment. Officials are investigating if the alleged incident was a murder for hire. An arraignment is scheduled to take place on Wednesday. Well, that's today. The arraignment is scheduled to take place today. So, that's where we are. Going into the comments. Navia Bella, what's up?
So, Wednesday was yesterday. So, I'm a look for that arraignment. Hope they got some footage of the arraignment. But I'm going to go to Hassan Campbell. Let me grab some comments. Barry says, Mob Ties. Salute, Miller. Please appreciate you for pulling up, Milia. Elaine, appreciate that. Milia says, she never showed the son around like she does the daughter, and she didn't attend the baby shower for her grandchild. That's messed up. That's messed up, Milia. If Remy was moving like that, that's messed up. Tommy says, yeah, because if you don't make it out of this, his life is over. Let me find Hassan, y'all. Hassan usually give good commentary. All right, y'all, let's check out Hassan's commentary on this. And make sure y'all subscribe to Hassan Campbell. And make sure y'all subscribe to the Still Swinging podcast. Barry says Hassan speak too damn slow. But he a fool though, Barry. Hassan is a fool. Look at him, y'all. He's a fool. Look at Hassan, y'all. Let's check out Hassan. He's a fool.
Shall we begin? Shall we begin? Let me read this real quick. What Remy got to say before I get into this topic. We stand by Jason, his innocence, and pray that the NYPD will conduct a complete and thorough investigation to reveal the truth. This is undoubtedly a difficult time for my family and me. While we sincerely appreciate the love and support we have received from all of you, we kindly ask for privacy as our legal team work to prove Jason's innocence. As his mother, I want to address the situation personally, but have been strongly advised by his legal counsel not to say anything, as most people in similar situations are informed by their attorneys due to being in an active case. Now, this situation right here is an ugly situation in so many levels. This is what happens, like, When you sit back and you really analyze, and I used to always say to y'all, when you take a real nigga, you take in a bad B-I-T-C-H, and you put it together, this is what you get. A hood booker.
He ain't never lied, y'all. He ain't never lied. When you take a real ninja, like Pat Poose, and you take a hood chick, like Remy, what you think the child gonna be?
A hood booker. This is what you get. See, my whole thing right here, for y'all to understand, this situation right here hits personal. You want your privacy. You don't deserve no privacy, Remy. What privacy do you deserve? The people, we the people. We loved you, Remy. We love Pat. We put everything into your career. In your music, your lyrics, your lifestyle, your gangster persona gave birth to evil. And see the little evil bastard that you gave birth to? What did he do? He took what you, the lifestyle that you glorified, the lifestyle that Pat glorified, and he ran with it.
Remember I mentioned that early on. If you got parents, if the parents was about that life, if the parents was off the porch, if the parents was moving in them streets like that, that child, they children, the sins of the fathers, the sins of the mothers are inflicted or bestowed on the children. Y'all can help me out with the wordplay.
You know, because some people, they rap, but they keep their kids out of the street. Now, let's keep it funky, right? I didn't know nothing about your son until yesterday.
Y'all said that in the chat. Which one of y'all said that in the chat? I think it was Milia, but somebody said that in the chat about we didn't even know about the son. Hassan just confirmed it. She Hardy says, wow, to hear men say it hits different. Tommy says, that's what I mean when I say, what did you tell your child when you came home? Did you tell him you were sorry and that was the worst mistake you ever made? Or did you just forget about it and figure, look, that was the gangster thing to do and mine is gangster? Listen to Hassan, y'all. He's just confirming what we all said. Listen to Hassan.
Found out he was the one being charged with killing my cousin's father, my cousin's baby father, my little cousin's father. Yeah, so it's different when you have to see your family cry and break down over a situation like this. And we all know D-Block loved his daughter. You want privacy? You don't deserve privacy. Yes.
You gotta remember, he got a point, y'all. Let's stay right here. Let's chop it up real quick. Let's stay right here. Now, she wants her privacy. But see, what about my man? See what I'm saying, y'all? What about my man's family? What about my man D-Block that lost his life? What about his family? See? This is how this gangster lifestyle, this is how these streets, one way or another, these streets affect us all. Whether you're on the receiving end of it or whether you're on the giving part of it, it affects us all. It affects us all. Unfortunately, Remy, it doesn't work like this. I have to back up Hassan. I have to co-sign what Hassan is saying. It doesn't work like this. Nobody don't give a damn about your privacy, because what about my man that lost his life? Oh, I know. We want to dress it up. Well, Shank, he was evil anyway. Well, Shank, he was bad anyway. Well, Shank, he was pushing them drugs anyway. All that might be true, but as of what we know right now, my man still didn't deserve for his life to be taken away from him. As I always state, if just because you offend somebody, if just because you are a bad person, if that gives the next person the right to take your life, we all be dead. Let's face it. Because the last time I checked, all our shit stink. Meaning ain't none of us good. I know you over there in the corner. I know you over there in the corner that think your shit don't stink. I know all about them kind. But I got news for you. If just because my man was bad, if just because my man sold drugs, if that gave Remy's son the green light to take his life, then that means her son's life is in jeopardy, right? That means her son's life is in danger, right? Because now somebody is going to say about her son, shit, her son is bad. Her son is evil. Her son took my man's life. So it's justified if somebody takes her son's life. You don't get no privacy. You really don't. You don't get no sympathy. You really don't. I'm just being 100 with y'all. We gotta stop living that gangster lifestyle. And then when that gangster lifestyle hit home, when that gangster lifestyle show up on our doorstep, now we want the GoFundMe accounts. Now we want the privacy. Now we want folks to feel sorry for us. Now, well, look, my son, you know, he's locked up, you know, for taking somebody's life. But, you know, me, we got to prove that, you know, he's innocent. He might be innocent. Might be. Let's go back to Hassan. I ain't mean to interrupt Hassan, y'all. Let's go back to Hassan.
Son does not deserve privacy, and I'll say he's innocent until proven guilty. But I will also say is, prior to this, he was already locked up for a gun.
Stop right there. So prior to this, Remy's son was locked up for a pistol. Let's go, Hassan.
For a gun. And yesterday, I had some conversations with some people that's in the streets that know your son. And Shorty's bout it.
Stop right there. Shorty's bout it. What'd he say? The product of a real nigga, Papoose, and a hood chick, Remy, brings birth to what?
Makes no mistakes about it. Your son is bout it. You raised a terrorist. You had all the elements and all the tools to make that boy become somebody, and you turned him into a hood booger. He is the perfect example of when they say you can take a person out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. Remy Ma is the epitome of everything that she spits out of her mouth. And no, that's not Papoose' son, but Papoose raised him.
Okay. That's what I was wondering. So that's not Papoose' biological son. That's not his biological son, but Papoose raised him. So it's his son, but it's just not his biological son. Shout out to Papoose for raising another man's child.
I almost feel sorry for your daughter. Because if your son ended up in the bullpens, facing the rest of his life, getting ready to sit down with the judge and be judged by 12, with the lyrics that you spitting out of your mouth and the way you carry yourself half-naked on stage, what is your daughter going to be bobbing and weaving mics? It is what it is. At 3 o'clock, I'm going live on Snapbox TV because I have a lot to say and I'm just getting started. Y'all stay tuned. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. This video was too short because I got way more to say. I'm out.
What y'all think, Rock Squad? What y'all think? Let's chop it up. while I try to find a update on her son's arraignment. Tommy says, yo, he's speaking facts right now. I don't like her son, but he's speaking facts right now. Tommy says, I didn't mean to say her son. I meant to say Hassan Campbell. I don't like Hassan Campbell. Yeah, he's speaking facts. He's speaking facts. And, you know, like I said, even when it's a person like a Hassan Campbell and others, even if you don't like them, and even if maybe with this or that, they might be off a little bit, but when they bring facts, you can't deny. Facts, what I learned in school, facts, can't deny it. What's that word? Refute? Is it refute? Help me out in the chat. Is it refute the facts? Whatever that word is. Tommy says, my experience is people like Remy not thinking like that. She thinking her son going to have commissary, not his life is over. Women, I'm going to talk to the women and the fellas. Y'all keep thinking shit is sweet. Y'all keep thinking shit is sweet. You know? For the women out there, they want their son to grow up and want their son to be about that life and want their son to be out in the streets, you know, moving like that. Good luck. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck. It's your child. But good luck. I know a lot of people, especially women. I know a lot of women that want their children, want their son. I don't want my son to be no punk. It's a difference from standing your ground to just being out here in these streets on some bullshit. Hey, whether you're in the streets or not, you could have a 9 to 5. You could graduate from high school and have 4 years of college. Unfortunately, in this world, trouble still has a way of finding you. So I don't want nobody to think that if they not in the streets and if they live a positive life and if they doing the right thing, I don't want y'all to think that y'all won't have no problems out of people, because I would be lying to y'all. However, if you think, let me just throw that out there, and I learned this in anger management. If you just take 5 seconds to think in every situation, any situation that comes your way, if you just take 5 seconds to think, I promise you, you'll have a better result out of that situation than if you don't think at all. If you get caught up in your emotions, and in them 5 seconds that you take to think, get out of your feelings. Get out of your emotions. What I tell y'all, you can't walk around with your chest on swole. That's the first thing that you got to eliminate out of your lifestyle. That's the first thing you got to eliminate out of your vocabulary. That's the first thing you got to eliminate out of your character. That's the first thing you got to eliminate out of who you are. Take that S off your chest. Throw that S in the garbage can. That chest that's on swole, deflate that motherfucker. That chest that you got on swole, deflate it. Because that chest on swole gonna eventually get some bullets. That chest that walk around on swole eventually gonna get some holes pumped in them. So you can't walk around like that. You can't walk around thinking you the baddest person on this earth. Man, you crazy? You crazy? You bad. Yeah, you a bad motherfucker. But guess what, my man? It's some monsters out here. I seen it. I witnessed it. Been there, done that. You gonna be thinking that you the baddest. You gonna be thinking that you tough. They gonna put you in a place. You gonna be like, damn. Oh, shit. Seen it. So keep pushing that line. Mothers, keep pushing that narrative. Keep wanting your son to be like that. Watch what happened to your son. But you got to keep that same energy. When your son out here moving around, doing what they do, you got to keep that same energy for when they get popped. See, I bet Remy wasn't worrying about no privacy before her son got popped. I bet that. I can promise you that. Let me try to find an update on his arraignment. I'm going to take a couple comments. Tommy says, I'm running things in here in the joint. Tommy says, who keep calling home, running her phone bill up, talking tough to her? Yeah, she want them to be like his father who's sitting in jail for the rest of his life. Yo, y'all got to snap out of it. That's all I can say. Y'all got to snap out of it. Go to school, get an education. Y'all get my likes up. David says they need Jesus in that family. And I agree, for all those that take the Christian route, for all those that believe in Jesus, get some Jesus in your life. You know, I don't discriminate, you know, for those that believe in Allah, for those that believe in Jehovah, you know, even my atheists, whatever it is you believe in, get some of that in your life. Because, and I hope I don't offend nobody, but because even an atheist believes, believe it or not, an atheist believes in God. The atheist just doesn't believe in the religions that most of us practice around the world. But if an atheist don't believe in Jesus, if an atheist don't believe in Allah, Jehovah, Buddhist, Hindu, and all the other ones, Confucian, then the atheist believes in himself. And even Jesus said in the Bible, Psalms 82:6, I said, ye all are gods, children of the Most High. So tap in. What I'm trying to say is tap into that source. Tap into that power. For those that believe in Jesus, tap into that power. Tap into Jesus Christ. Salute, Trelane. I see you down there, Trelane. Trelane, stay away from Positive Vibes and Beautiful Nightmare, because Positive Vibes and Beautiful Nightmare is roasting me. So stay away from them, Trelane. But that's a good way of looking at things. Tap into Jesus. I'm trying to find the arraignment. How do you feel about Remy Ma's son, Pat Pooh? You up there in New York. Hey, you just said we were being good. Talk to us, Trelane, because you're up there in New York. Is New York stand your ground state, Trelane? Let us know, Trelane. Is New York a stand your ground state, Trelane? Coach says no. Y'all like my shirt? Y'all like my shirt? Miss Parker got me this for Father's Day. Y'all like my shirt? Y'all remember the food stamp books? The book of food stamps that we used to be ashamed of to go in the store and spend? Who remember the book of food stamps, y'all? Remember it was the brown book, the purple book, the green book? Drop a 1 in the chat if y'all remember the book of food stamps way before, because it wasn't an EPT, it wasn't no card. Remember, Tommy, you remember. Remember, and see now y'all got the EBT cards. David says those are the real food stamp. Remember? Shout out to Miss Parker, y'all. Miss Parker got me this for Father's Day. Shout out to Miss Parker. Let me give me a minute to find the there Beautiful go. There she go. Beautiful says we can't read it because your belly is in the way. Positive Vibe says it was before my time. Trelane says shirt is cool. Miss Parker got me this for Father's Day. Let me try to find the arraignment, y'all. I missed Sisters yesterday because I fell asleep. Coach says time to cut some weight. All right, let's see what this is. Stomach almost as big as your head. I ain't fooling with you. Let's see what the Breakfast Club got to say, y'all. Trelane says New York isn't a stand your ground state. All right. Let's see what the Breakfast Club got to say, y'all.
So Justin Timberlake was arrested in Sag Harbor, Long Island on Tuesday.
Let's see what Breakfast Club got to say, y'all. Then we're going to come back and chop it up.
Report.
Police say Justin Timberlake blew a stop sign and he couldn't stay in his lane.
Nah.
And when asked to take a breathalyzer test, he refused 3 times. He told police, I had 1 martini and I...
Might as well stay with it then, since they talking about... Y'all do know Justin Timberlake got locked up for DWI, right? So we'll just stay with Justin Timberlake. Now let me fast forward, y'all, because I want... All right, let's see, y'all.
Vigorously defending Mr. Timberlake on these allegations. I will have a lot to say at the appropriate time, but I'm currently awaiting full discovery from what the district attorneys are. Is a really, really great guy. Listen, this is...
Driving drunk is irresponsible. Driving drunk is reckless. Driving drunk is careless.
It doesn't matter who you are, the status you hold, what color you are. It doesn't matter. Driving drunk is very...
Lisa Evers has learned from multiple police and law enforcement sources that the son of rapper Remy Ma, 23-year-old Jason J. Scott, along with another man, have each been charged with first-degree murder, 2 counts of weapons possession, and reckless endangerment. The charges are in connection with the June 7, 2021 murder of 47-year-old Darius Gullibo in Queens. Investigators are looking into the possibility if that was a murder for hire. But arraignment is expected later today in Queens County Courthouse. We're going to have much more on this breaking story coming up.
Damn.
So that arraignment that Lisa Evers mentioned took place yesterday, actually. Jason is only 23 years old, and Remy spoke to TMZ about the situation. She said, "We stand by Jason's innocence and pray that NYPD will conduct a contempt and thorough investigation to reveal the truth." And she also said, as his mother, I want to address this situation personally, but have been strongly advised by his legal counsel not to say anything, as most people in similar situations do, because it's an active case.
Of course. Yeah.
That's right.
Very sad regardless. I mean, this happened in 2021. So that was what, 3 years ago?
Yeah.
So the fact that they just getting the information now is crazy, but anyway, gotta see what happens.
Yeah. Ryan Garcia news. So he recently said,
it's sad, everybody, because no matter how we look at it, a father lost his life, you know, and we're not looking at the whole picture. Like, we're not taking in consideration the many lives that these situations affect. All right, we're going to check out Unique Mecca. My man, Unique Mecca, he gives some good commentary too. I'm trying to hear from people from New York or in New York with their ears to the streets. I'm trying to tap into some street figures from New York. So let's go to Unique Mecca. He seems to always know what's going on in the streets up in New York. Let's go to Unique Mecca.
Remy Ma's son was arrested for a 2021 M charge. Means murder. Alright? Sit back, enjoy the ride, like the video, subscribe to the video. I'm hype, I'm feeling good. Talk to my yardman store today, so now I'm gonna bring an official yardman on you to tell you some official yardman story in our prison. We don't want no war going for the next side. See?
All right, y'all, let's check them out. See what Unique Mecca got to say.
You know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. We're going to tell you a story. Let me get where I need to be so you can see me clear. All right, let's get this right. We're going to tell you the joy. Remy Ma's son was arrested for a 2021 murder. All right? So Jason Scott allegedly shot a man in Queens 3 years ago. One thing, me and one of my co-workers, I'm a rider, man, I feel like riding. Me and my co-worker was talking yesterday. We worked with Saving the Youth, and we was talking about it, because he did 12 years in the state. He said, yo, one thing about New York, they like the feds, but better than the feds. The New York police, they ain't got no problems. They solve every murder. He said, I waited the dude up. He called my co-worker called a murder charge. You know what I mean? And he said, 2 weeks later, they was at his door, they got away, there wasn't no cameras back then and all that, and they got away, and they was at the door. He said, man, one thing for sure, two things for certain, you break the law in New York and commit a murder. We ain't talking about anything else. You commit a murder, they got the best detectives in the world, man. They solve those murders. Now, rapper Remy Ma's son, Jason Scott, was arrested Tuesday for the June 2021 murder of a man in Queens. Scott, 23, has been charged with first-degree murder for allegedly shooting a 47-year-old Darius Gulibox following a dispute on June 7th, 2021. June 20th is my daughter's birthday. Happy birthday to my daughter, Johnny. Happy birthday, Johnny. That's my baby. Yeah, well, calm down, y'all. Calm down, calm down. Relax, relax, relax. That's my youngest daughter. Let me tell you about my baby, right? Hold on, let me ride. I'm telling y'all this so y'all understand that God willing, these young men don't have to go through this, right? When these Europeans lock you away for decades, I went in, my daughter was 18 months. When I came home, she was 27 years old.
Did y'all hear what he said? He went in. His daughter was 18 months. When he got out, his daughter was 27 years old. Do y'all realize 25 years of his daughter's life went by without him being active on the outside? Y'all got to remember, y'all got them little babies. You got to remember, man, them little babies grow up. You got to remember, you got a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old. You got to remember, the babies grow up. Now, do you want to go 25 years of your daughter's or your son's life without you being active? The decision is yours.
You understand? My daughter was 27 years old when I came in. Hold on, let's see who this is. Yo, what up? Yo. Well, I'm recording. Screw 'em. I ain't got time for the bull crap. Don't call, get on nervous when you call. If you want to get nervous, hit that cash app. It's on the screen. Stop the crap. Make sure it says it was created in 2020. But anyway, my baby was 18 months. I came home. She was 27 years old. You know? I didn't know her. She done grew up from an 18-month baby to a 27-year-old woman, and I don't even know who the heck she is. And I gotta learn who she is, so you know we bump heads, because I'm not taking no crap, and she got my blood, and she not taking no crap either.
So imagine, for all the fathers, imagine you missed 25 years out of your daughter's or son's life. Imagine 25 years. Now, when you went in, they were still a baby, an infant. Now, when you come out, imagine they 25, 26, 27 years old. And now you pull up talking about, I'm your father. You pull up talking about, I'm your daddy. You pull up telling your son or your daughter that ain't seen you in 25 years. You pull up on them telling them what you ain't going for and what they gonna do and what you gonna do to them if they don't listen to you. Try that. Come back and holler at me and tell me how that worked out for you.
Yo, hello? Yo.
Yeah, man. I'm not kidding, man. Give me a call when you get some time. Now, you're there on the show.
Yeah, man. I do a live video now, so you want to say something, give a shout out.
Come off,
Yeah, I'm not.
You know, you're blessed, man.
Yeah, now I have you, all right?
Yes, my brother.
All right, Jello. Yeah, you know, that's how they call and that's how I respect. Man, I know a Yardman story, right? Man, I bring an official Yardman up here, but we can't show him face because in my...
Appreciate that cash donation, Trelane. Appreciate that cash donation, Trelane. Appreciate the cash donation, Trelane.
Much violence on them things that, and, you know, and he's allegedly, you know, killed over, you know, a number of people. Let's just say that. So I can't show him face. My free man knowing work through the cracks of certain things. But he's gonna come up here. He got some John Gotti stories for you. According to the New York Police Department, Richard Sager, 22, was also charged in the murder. That's the brother on the picture up top, right? Now, in addition to first-degree murder, Scott has been charged with second-degree murder, 2 counts of criminal possession of a weapon, and first-degree reckless endangerment. Sager also faces 1 murder charge. So that's Remy's son is in a lot of trouble. You know what I mean? And you know, this is not to disrespect them. This is just for the young people to know that for every action, there's a reaction. The reaction to this accident, they're trying to take these young men's lives for at least the next 25 years because they're talking about 25 to life for a murder. So they're 20-something, they become home 50 years old or almost 50 if they make first parole, and 9 times out of 10, you don't make first parole, you get locked up. So I'm not telling you anything. I'm just enlightening you on what happens when you make these wrong choices.
And if you listen to all of us men, we all telling y'all the same thing. I ain't telling you nothing different from my man. If Trelane hits my panel, if Tommy hits my panel, if any man down there in the chat or on the replay hit my panel, we all going to tell y'all the same thing.
You know what I mean? That it could cost you decades in prison. Now, Billy Box, when I talking about the dude that got bodied, Billy Box was found just before 1 p.m. on June 7, 2021, with multiple gunshot wounds to the head and chest, according to the NYPD. Right?
Wow, multiple gunshot wounds to the head and chest. Appreciate that email, Trelane. I'm going to have to wait till I end this live to get it because I'm on my phone, Trelane. But I appreciate that email, Trelane.
So they're alleging that these brothers bodied them like that and shot them to their head. Just allegations, so we're going to wait and see how it play out. You know what I mean? Now, he was taken to Jamaica Hospital Medical Center and pronounced dead, right? Just so you understand. Gooder Box had been indicted by the New York Attorney General just 8 months before the shooting as part of a large-scale drug operation. Hold up. We got it right. He was arrested. Let me read it again. He had been indicted in the by the New York Attorney General just 8 months before by the shooting for a large-scale drug operation. But he was out on bail. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, the investigation dubbed Operation Heatwave resulted in the arrest of 54 people accused of trafficking heroin, fentanyl, and oxycodone to be sold in upstate Jefferson County. And he was out on bail. Now, for those who don't know who Remy Ma is, let me just give you a little rundown on who Remy Ma is so you understand. Because you got to be on the rock if you don't know who Remy Ma is. So I'm getting ready to get with that right now to let you know, right? So now, Remy Ma, real name is Reminisce Keone, how do you pronounce it? Keone, Reminisce Keone Mackey, right? I know y'all my name, Mackey. Mackey, I fish on. I'm gonna start doing something for you for the Jamaicans. I got a 5 Mics interview that I'm getting ready to drop. I got a Jim Jones interview that I'm getting ready to drop. I got more Lou Sims interview that I did with him that I'm getting ready to drop. And I'm gonna bring my man up here. I ain't gonna say his name yet. I don't want to know if he wants his name, but we're just gonna call him Yard Man. You understand? Because he agreed to do this for me. We said, tell me, say, unique brethren, you know me do anything for you, but me can't show me face. Me can't show me face. So I'm not even going to say his name until I get his approval to say his name. And the name is irrelevant to the story. It's official. I stamp him, the world stamp him, and anybody that was, on the streets during that time or in prison during our time, for decades, they already know. And they'll know from these stories that he's going to tell. Now, right? Remy Ma, right? Real name is Reminisce Keone Mackey, who is from the Bronx, was discovered by the legendary rapper Big Pun and later signed to Fat Joe's label. So Big Pun was a hell of an A&R. Give Big Pun a rest in peace and round of applause. All right? Relax, man. Relax. She performed as part of Fat Joe's group Terror Squad and released the solo album There's Something About Remy in 2006, right? She has been nominated for 4 Grammys and won 2 BET Awards for Best Female Hip Hop Artist in 2005 and 2007. Remy was crushing the game back then, right? Oh, my bad, 2017. 2005, 2017 is when, she won 2 BET Awards. Now, she has also appeared in several television shows, including multiple litigations of multiple, VT reality shows, Love and Hip Hop and all that crap. black people that was in the jail, we pulled up around the TV to watch Love and Hip Hop. So they get a round of applause for that. Saying, man, I bet you Pat don't hold him down, because Remy wasn't even at his birthday party. You know, well, he wasn't even at Remy's birthday party. You know, saying, man, I bet you Pat don't hold him down, because Mr. Scott is not their child. I seen a joint today where they would.
I'm backtracking.
So now, all right, relax, y'all, relax. Now, Remy Ma, 44, is married to fellow rapper Papoose. They had a child in 2018. So, you know, Mr. Scott is not their child. I seen a joint today where they were saying, man, I bet you Pat don't hold him down, because Remy wasn't even at his birthday party. You know, well, he wasn't even at Remy's birthday party. You know what I mean? They not together no more. You know, Pat, he showed that men could step up to the plate when he helped Remy down, because the women held us down when our homies ran out. The women held us down, but Pat stepped up for the brothers, you know, true black love, and helped Remy down. He came home. She allegedly cheated on him. I'm gonna say allegedly, y'all know whatever. So you rat bastards, you play with that. Now, you know what I mean? So that's where Remy was at, right? Now, Remy Ma, right? Like I said, she's married to Pat, right? And they got a child, but this is not their child. No stranger to legal trouble herself, Remy Ma was convicted of assault and illegal weapons possession in 2008 after the July 2007 shooting in a Manhattan deli. She spent around 6 years in prison. And you know, we all waited for Remy to come out. All right? So now, I got a question for y'all, right, before I go to my joint, right? There was no comment made by Remy Ma as of yet. I heard somebody say,
I want to chop it up about this, y'all. I want to chop it up about the lifestyle. All right? Now, we learned that in 2008, Remy was locked up for a shooting. All right? A shooting that took place in a deli. All right? Positive Vibes said that it was a friend of hers that she shot. Now, we started out the demonstration with the lifestyle of his mother. Could that had played an effect? Could that had an effect on the path that he chose? I'm going to end it. I want us to end the demonstration on that, because the lifestyle, and I'm hoping that everyone can bear witness. It's the lifestyle. See, we've been addicted to the lifestyle. The lifestyle, the street lifestyle, the ghetto lifestyle is a worse addiction than it is an actual CDS, a controlled danger substance. Listen to what I tell y'all, because that lifestyle has killed more people than any drug. Just think of how many has lost their life due to that lifestyle. See, it's the lifestyle. Like, and don't get me wrong. You can have fun. Man, you can party. You can do your thing. I mean, you can get it in. You can. But you don't have to let the lifestyle ruin you. Let me just say that, because believe it or not, the origin, meaning the beginning of the lifestyle, it meant well for us as a people. Go back. And for those that wasn't around during them times, I wasn't around during them times. But I want to say the early 1900s, when it was, and y'all gonna have to help me out, when it was gambling. Shout out to Surreal. Shout out to Surreal. I got 2 weeks off the heroin today. Can I get everybody to throw up some prayer hands for Surreal? A big shout out to Surreal. Surreal has been clean for 2 weeks. That's something major. That's something major. And so I hope that God finds it within him, and I hope that you find the strength in whatever force, whatever religion, whatever God, or whatever force, whatever energy, whatever source you have that gives you the power to overcome. May that source, may that power see you through your struggles, because heroin, that's a deadly, deadly addiction. But the beginning stages, the beginning days of the lifestyle, it was gambling. You know, our people use gambling. Our people use, I believe, bootlegging. They were bootlegging the alcohol and things of that nature because they couldn't find no decent jobs. And during that time, when the underworld, they called it the underworld. When it first originated, it was called the underworld. During those times, you had the loan sharks. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. You had the loan sharks. And so people that had honest jobs, people that were earning an honest living, they still would resort to what we call the streets now, but they would resort to the streets. They called it the underworld. And they would gamble. And they would, you know, do their thing. During those times, you just couldn't, what goes on today, and this is why I really don't have a problem with the lifestyle if you are moving accordingly. Because if you're moving accordingly, then you can make the lifestyle work. But listen, you got to move accordingly in that lifestyle. So now you got Remy, you got Mom Dukes. Now, as somebody asked, I think it was Tommy, when she got out of prison, when she came home, what was it that she said to her son? What was it that she said to her children? What did she say? Did she tell them, look, Mom, look, y'all, mother, look, I made a mistake. I made a big mistake. And I got caught up. Now, I don't need y'all to glorify this lifestyle. I'm telling y'all, talk to y'all children. Even though they're going to have their own mind. And we don't really know. We don't really know if she did talk to her son about that lifestyle. We can only assume. So I'm not going to put that jacket on her because that would be pushing a false narrative. So I'm not even going to put that jacket on her because we don't know what she told her children. We don't know what she told her son. But for us, appreciate those likes, y'all. Appreciate those likes. But for us that's out there now, that's watching this, got to educate them babies. Got to educate them children. And we got to keep, if we are in that lifestyle, hey, if you in that lifestyle, you got to keep that lifestyle from your babies. And even if they are 18 and 19 years old, they are still your babies. And that's how you got to treat them, because we all know what happens with a baby. Whatever you show that baby is going to imitate. So regardless of their age, we owe it to them. We cannot show them this lifestyle. Now, if they get into the lifestyle on their own, ain't nothing we could do but try to guide them through that lifestyle. Well, look. Salute 10 mil. Appreciate you for pulling up 10 mil. I don't promote the lifestyle. I don't advocate the lifestyle. I wish that you would choose another lifestyle. However, if you're going to be in that lifestyle, then there are some rules to this lifestyle. All right. When it comes to unaliving somebody, for me, now you might talk to somebody and they might give it to you different. But for me, when it comes to that lifestyle, to take somebody's life, it got to, as a couple of y'all said, it can't be for nothing. Let me jump to Trelane. Trelane says, is he the biological father in the son's life because it matters? Well, Papoose is not the biological father, Trelane. Papoose is not the biological father. I think the baby, what was he, 6 months or was it 18 months? I can't remember how, or was it a year old? I can't remember when he got in the, when he got in the boys, but I know Papoose ain't the biological father. But when it comes to that lifestyle, look, I don't want you to be in this lifestyle. But if you're going to be in this lifestyle, there's rules to this lifestyle. You can't take a man's life. You can't take a woman's life for nothing. And look, it ain't no in-betweens. It ain't no but shank. It ain't no maybe shank. You cannot take a man or a woman's life for nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean because you don't like my man. It can't be because old girl that you in love with, she don't want to be with you no more. It can't be because, she don't want to listen to you. And so, you walking around with your chest out, you snatching her up, you putting your hands on. You can't do that type stuff. You just can't. Have some decency about yourself. Have some class about yourself. You know what I mean? If you in that lifestyle. And even if you ain't in that lifestyle, if you doing the right thing, have some class about yourself. When you wake up in the morning with the mind frame of giving your all. You know what I mean? Have that mind frame in you where as though you ain't hating on nobody for what they got going on. You ain't disliking the next man because the next man pulling up in the whip that might be flyer than yours. You can't be disliking my man over there because he got the woman that you messed up with. You know what I mean? You can't be disliking the man and wanting to go rob the man because you on E. You know what I mean? You done messed up your money somewhere down the line. And my man got his money right. So now you want to go rob my man. Nah. Players don't do that. Players don't rob nobody. Players go out and get it on their own. Have some decency about yourself. First and foremost, have a brain. Tap into your brain. Learn how to think for yourself. Because your man say, let's go do this. Or because your man want to do that. Be like, nah. If it ain't player, if it don't register under a player, I can't do that. I can't do that. And a player is one that plays the game to its fullest by the rules. That's a player. A player wakes up in the morning with the mind frame. I'm going to get mine. And I'm going to get mine by not taking from nobody else. You ain't real. You ain't real if you got to take from somebody. You ain't real. And if you need some lessons on the game, There are many men out here that could give you lessons on the game. But I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to leave y'all with this. The man or woman that you, is two type of men and women that you want to get that advice from. You want to sit down with a man that can tell you how to get away. If he can't tell you how to get away, if she can't tell you how to get away, don't listen to him. If all they got is a bunch of prison stories, 9 times out of 10, if that's all they got, 9 times out of 10, they're going to teach your ass how to end up in prison. However, you got some that got a lot of prison stories that can teach you how not to go. But always know, you got to surround yourself with certain kind of people. You got to surround yourself with certain kind of people. Surround yourself with those that got a plan. Surround yourself with the man or woman that ain't never done no time in the streets. I would prefer for you to spend your time around a man or a woman that ain't never been in the streets. Because if you spend your time around men and women that ain't never been in the streets, 9 times out of 10, your ass ain't gonna end up in them streets. I'm just keeping it 100, y'all. Look, I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Salute. I'll see everybody back again tomorrow, same time. Trelane, appreciate the cash donation. Appreciate that email. I'm going to check out that email and I'll follow up. I'll do a follow-up to this tomorrow. Salute everybody. I'll see everybody tomorrow. Salute.